Hello, friends. Welcome back to Sunday Shenanigans with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308, and we are here with the ASOC Prod Cat and the Peanut Gallery. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Greetings.
I think we're all a little tired today. I think we all woke up a little late. I don't know if all of us. I know I did. Cat, did you?
My body was moving, the rest of me wasn't.
And Peanut Gallery?
I am alive and nominally functional.
You know, nominal is all we aim for here. To us, nominal is a good day. Today's pre-rolls brought to you by the Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, 105 West Main Street on the downtown mall, above the Brick, Suite 200 between Hamilton's and the Green Cauldron. A great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds. A bud, and the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. And they have the lowest prices in town, according to my own highly biased research, by which I mean I was incredibly high when I did my biased research. Check the website for times and events. The website is thehiddenleafcville.com. That's thehiddenleafcville.com. Yes, check the website for events such as Frosty Fridays, where you can find our other two sponsors, Kush Gang, purveyor of fine edibles and drinkables, and Firehouse Craft Farm. A quick note of disclosure, this is a politically oriented show to some degree. Wait, Don't Tell Me has a lot of political jokes in it. So any political opinions you hear expressed herein belong to the expressor of the opinion, the channel, and or the rest of us, but not necessarily to our advertisers, the Hidden Leaf, Kush Gang, and Firehouse. Yeah, that's the ad read. So yeah, we're gonna be playing along with Wait, Don't Tell Me this week with special guest Jan Jensen, Iowa coach. Yeah, seems interesting.
A sports ball.
You know, women's sports ball is much more interesting than men's sports ball, I think. I find that the women athletes are more committed to the sport in general, and they show a higher level of athleticism and proficiency in the sports.
I heard a wonderful basketball joke the other day.
Yeah.
It was done by a couple of guys that were trying to be more dude bro than the next.
Yeah.
And one of them said something about the NBA.
Yeah.
And the other one, the comeback they came up with real quick was, yeah, I hear that's like the WNBA, but it's weirdly all men.
Right. And not as good.
They lost it. Because that was excellent. It was the conversation they were having.
I've heard that one before, I think. Whew. Pardon me. All right, let's see. Browser audio. I think we're ready.
How do you still have cheese?
Okay, this is more interesting all of a sudden. Who still has cheese? Cheese.
I would swear that you shaved a whole bunch off of it yesterday, and there was like a little teeny tiny block left.
Is it the magic regenerating cheese block?
That would be amazing, but no.
You just ate less cheese than she thought you ate.
Correct.
Ah. Well, that's kind of boring.
That is the surprising part, because usually I've eaten a lot more cheese than someone has thought I've eaten.
Yes. Yes. Usually there's less cheese left over than you meant for, right?
Let me break out the tactical cheese cutter and give me a few bites.
Yeah.
As long as the practical cheese cutter stays up there on the desk safely where it belongs and doesn't nosedive to the ground again, we're good.
Tactical cheese cutter. What is your tactical cheese cutter?
I've sent you that picture.
I
sent that picture a while back.
Oh. Oh, I don't remember it all of a sudden. It was a sword, wasn't it?
No.
No.
Right.
Oh well. My memory. Oh well. Well, let's see if you guys can hear this then. I think we've got everything going.
This message comes from Subaru. As part of their Subaru Loves the Earth initiative, they have
I said we can hear it.
All right.
They have partnered with the Arbor Day Foundation and will distribute over 100,000 trees this year, growing greener, healthier communities for generations to come.
I like my Subaru especially.
More than a car company.
Yes.
Support for this podcast and the following message come from the Southern Environmental Law Center. Everyone wants to breathe clean air and drink clean water.
This is, wait, don't tell me, the NPR News Quiz. Des Moines, meet the man. I'm Bill Curtis, and here is your host at the Des Moines Civic Center in Des Moines, Iowa, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everybody. It's so great to be back here in Des Moines, especially because, and this is true, all the other times our show has been here has been, of course, during the Iowa presidential caucus in January, and it is amazing to discover that Iowa exists at other times as well. We thought it was always miserably cold here. Now we know it's also miserably hot. Later on, we are going to be talking to Jan Jensen, the coach of the legendary University of Iowa women's basketball team. But first, we want to see how you handle the ball, so give us a call. The number is 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924.
I'd like to say I handle the ball quite expertly.
Let's welcome our first listener contestant.
Oh, wait, they mean basketball.
Wait, don't tell me.
Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm calling from Pittsburgh, North Carolina.
Hey, Olivia.
Hi,
how
Olivia.
are you, and how are things in North Carolina?
They're good. They're hot. Recently got a lot of rain, so a little wet, but overall good.
What do you do there?
I work as an occupational therapy assistant, and I also work on a horse farm.
You do? You work on a horse farm.
I do.
That's an awesome thing. What sort of jobs do they have you do on the horse farm?
Oh, all the fun stuff, like cleaning up after the horses, feeding them, giving them their meds.
Wow. So you have to muck out the stalls, clean up the mess that they left, right?
I do. I find it therapeutic, but that's just me.
Well, it might be good training for playing this game. In a way, cleaning up after the week's news. First, let me introduce you to our panel this week. First up, it's a comedian appearing at Joe Firestone's first annual Pie Tasting Festival, August 10th at Littlefield in Brooklyn, New York. It's Emmy Blotnick.
Hi, Emmy.
Hello, Olivia. Hello.
Next, the comedian headlining the Punchline Comedy Club in Philadelphia, August 24th, and the Vermont Comedy Club in Burlington, September 18th through the 20th. It's Hari Kondabolu.
Hello. Hi, Hari.
Hi.
And a CBS Sunday Morning contributor whose new Audible original series, Envy Enlightened, is out now. It's Faith Saley.
Hi, Faith.
Faith.
So, Olivia, welcome to our show. You're going to play Who's Bill this time. Bill Curtis is going to read for you 3 quotations from this week's news. If you can correctly identify or explain just 2 of them, you will win our prize. Any voice from our show you might choose on your voicemail. You ready to play?
I am.
All right. Your first quote is a traveler talking to NPR.
I don't like my feet on floors that I don't know about.
She was celebrating the fact that as of this week, you no longer have to take your shoes off before you do what?
Go through TSA.
Is it go through the TSA check?
Yes, going through airport security. That's right, everybody. Our long national nightmare is over. The TSA just announced they'd be ending the policy of making travelers take off their shoes to go through security. It's great that we can finally leave our shoes on. But why are they making everyone take off their underwear?
You know, for the past, whatever it is, 20 years,
Yeah.
I have assumed shoes were a security threat. But now that Secretary Kristi Noem has assured us they are not, I feel so safe.
Yeah.
I think it is Kristi Noem's gravitas that makes me feel comforted.
Yeah.
And she said that we can
Can we
put
pause this for a
e-cigarettes.
moment?
What?
I said, can we pause this for a moment? Because
Yes.
I think this could be completely apocryphal, but I think I know the instigating situation for the reason to take shoes off.
Well, there was a shoe bomber, wasn't there?
An attempted shoe bomber.
Right.
The attempted shoe bomber had before in their shoes and attempted to set off the bomb by lighting it on fire.
By lighting their...
C4 is flammable. C4 is not explosive by fiery ignition.
Right. You need something. You need
An electrical charge.
Right. Okay, so, I mean, yes, dude didn't have his shoe bombs right, but it was the shoe bomber that made them do that.
If I am understanding correctly.
Now, if the guy had...
laughed about this.
And it is silly, it is goofy, but yeah, that is what it was. I remember the shoe bomber. I remember that being a thing. And I remember thinking, like, if this is the only way I can think to sneak C4 onto a plane, then I don't deserve to be allowed to bomb that plane.
The thing is, they tried to bomb the plane, and they managed to bomb their job in the one job where bombing the job should be functional.
Right? Exactly. That was a heck of a setup for that joke.
Yes. Yes, that was.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
In any bag we want now?
This is America.
Well, Kristi Noem just got tired of, like, peeling off her thigh-high stilettos she wears for field work. Now, as you may remember, this policy was instituted more than 20 years ago after just one guy tried to blow up a plane with a bomb in his shoe. So one failed bomb meant us seeing 10,000 gross toes we will never be able to forget.
No, it's like it was how humanity connected. We'd all put our gross toes on the same thing. It's like, you know, we're all the same.
Yeah, I guess we're all...
A beautiful ritual we're losing.
Frequent
What? Socks?
It's called socks, people.
See, that's why I hated that in TSA, taking my shoes off, because at the time, most of my socks had at least one hole in them. And most of those holes were where my toes were, so taking my shoes off inevitably meant my toes were out, even though I was wearing socks.
Oh, your socks had been blessed.
They were holy.
Travelers are celebrating, but let's not forget what a huge day this is for the shoe bombing community. We are back, baby.
I mean, isn't the whole model of TSA pre-check that, I don't need to put my shoes off anymore? So if everyone can go through the metal detector, that's everything. They're done for.
That's actually a good point. Some of the news articles raised this, that not having to take off your shoes was a huge incentive to pay the $80 to join TSA pre. And some people think they kept the policy just to keep that program going. Now that it's gone, what are they going to use for an incentive to sign up? Every passenger gets to bring on one little gun.
Do you think they'll raise it to 4 ounces of shampoo?
Maybe. Oh, the parties we'll have.
Oh, brother.
Somewhere, I think in one of the European countries, they're starting to be allowed to bring up to 2 liters of liquid in one container. I think that's the so we're starting to get back to being allowed to bring a lot of liquid.
2 liters in one container. That helped me get through a 3-hour flight.
Yeah. Would it be enough though, or do you need 2 of those?
For 3 hours, I think 1 will suffice.
Okay.
All right, here is your next quote.
People are celebrating and eating treats. They don't want to be tasting beets.
That was a candy company CEO talking about resisting
Tactical
the
cheese
efforts
cutter
to replace artificial food dyes with natural dyes like that from beets. Who is trying to ruin our M&Ms?
RFK Jr.
Can I get a hint?
It's a person who's on a quest to get natural things back in our food.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Yes, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Just make sure you say junior. The junior is important.
Yes, it is. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who ironically looks like he would melt in your hand, is demanding... He's demanding that all food companies stop using artificial food dyes, and they all folded except for M&Ms, right? The Mars company was diplomatic in their response. I'll quote here, they said, no. Now, Mars, big candy company, they say that natural dyes just don't work as well in their candies. They're not as bright and they quickly fade. Not to mention that, as you heard, if you want to make a red dye naturally out of beets, quote, it tastes like beets, unquote. So it's like, hey kids, who wants another Tootsie Borscht?
I'm surprised he's going after M&Ms and not gummy worms.
Wait, those are the ones that get in your gummy brain?
That's right.
Okay.
He has a soft spot for worms, though. A representative from the National Confectioners Association said, quote, people can freely buy cannabis, alcohol, and cigarettes, but vibrantly colored candy is an issue. Give me a break, unquote. Before continuing, give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
I knew where that was
has
going.
Has there been a response from Skittles?
That's the moment.
In some respects, I could get, if it were almost any other politician making this kind of push, I could kind of get behind it. Because this is Mr. Because he has had so many terrible other notions, I can't know.
No, me neither. Also, though, artificial dyes are not the problem with our food. Artificial dyes are not the problem. There is one artificial dye that it could be a problem for some people, but the people I know who have a problem with it enjoy it, so. Mm-hmm. And that's Red 40. Mm-hmm. And Red 40 Little Bear is allergic to Red 40. So she has a stimulant reaction to it. One of my favorite things was to buy her a 2-liter of Tahitian treat and watch the fallout. Oh, it was so much fun.
That's when you go back to the original commercial for Hawaiian Punch there.
Yeah, not me. No, thank you. Don't forget. She had a more powerful punch than I did. I ain't messing around with the Hawaiian Punch. No.
Look, I'm not the one supplying Red 40 to her.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah, no. If it were any other almost any other person, I could understand the push and I could see some actual benefits to it.
Right.
And I could see maybe making it so companies have to be more explicit in their die breakups, because I know that there have been some over time that have hidden Red 40 and called it something else.
Red something Lake or something.
Right. And be like, you can't do that. If it is this thing, you have to label it as this thing because it's an allergy.
Right.
Or whatever. But I'm sorry, pretty much anything that this lunatic wants to push, I can't just on principle because
it's him.
Yeah. And I feel very bad about that.
I get that. I just can't. I'm right there with you though. Like, I can't. Even if it's a good idea, I can't. Because I can't support someone who has so many bad ideas. And their good ideas aren't good ideas for good ideas' sake. They're good ideas for the wrong reasons. You know? And even though
based on information.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And even though I'm all about the ends being good, I think if you go through, I don't think the ends justify the means.
No.
I used to believe it. I used to believe that if the ends were ultimately good, then the intentions didn't matter. But I'm beginning to realize that you can't have good ends with bad intentions.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't. It doesn't work that way. Your intentions are going to corrupt the procedure, the process somehow. Like Trump's Operation Warp Speed for getting the vaccine out there.
Mm-hmm.
It did not have because the intentions were wrong, even though it did get the vaccine out there fast and it got it into people, it did it in a way that made it hard to trust. It did it in a way that made it feel bad for everybody. You know, everybody felt weird about it. Not just the anti-vaxxers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does feel weird when the same person said, "Oh, just inject bleach," says, "Oh, we made these safe now."
Right. It's hard to trust that. And while if we were in a perfect and cold objective universe, then the ends could justify the means. The means wouldn't matter. All that would matter is what happened. But we aren't. We're in a subjective paradigm We're in a universe that does have an amount of subjectivity, an amount of interaction with the observer, both in a physics way and in a sort of a metaphysics way, you know.
That's why you trust the for lack of a better term, I know there's got to be a better way to say this, but the intelligent person that is agreeing with the dumb person or the slanted person and has the facts to back it up.
Yes. Yes. That's why, but as we've seen, they've been dismantling the smart people. Even when the smart people agree with them, they're dismantling them. It's a war on expertise, on intelligence, on those things. Because ultimately, those things will be the undoing.
To destroy than to create.
Right. And those things will be the undoing of greedy people. At least I hope so. All right. I feel like we've covered that. Any more there to discuss?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Well, if we come up with something, we'll come back to it.
Do you know
the rainbow you're supposed to taste?
Skittles is the backup. It's also owned by Mars.
Skittles is
so
owned
they
by
too
Mars.
are part of the resistance.
Yes.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
La
Reese's Pieces
Resistance!
just totally sold out? Is that what
they've
happened?
been pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Olivia, your last quote.
But they
is
don't
from
have
the Wall
red.
Street Journal.
Not surprisingly, a family moon can be a tough sell.
They were writing about a new trend, they say, where
Mooning.
newlyweds are
Really?
bringing their parents along on what?
Honeymoon?
Really? Their honeymoon, yes. Oh, I can see it's going to catch on here. No, bring your parents on your honeymoon. Nothing is sexier than giving up the honeymoon suite to your father-in-law, because the bed is better for his back.
I mean, it's a form of contraception I've never considered.
It's true.
True.
And we wonder why the birth rate is dropping.
Right.
Did you say something?
He mentioned it as a form of contraception. It's like, it doesn't work with Amish people.
No, but they're used to it.
Apparently you got other people that aren't. It's like, no, we don't do this.
I think, I think the Amish are probably a bit less uptight around sex than the rest of the world, or than a lot of other people.
In some respects, you're probably right.
I mean, they have Rumspringa to get it out of their system, and
Right.
so by the time that they're adult Amish people, they know they've got their priorities. They know what they want. They know what they're looking for. They've had all the fun sex. And now, not that sex isn't fun I'm not saying that it is or isn't fun for them, but they can also now feel okay about sex as a part of their dogma. They've
gotten to do all of their wild experiments and see what works and what doesn't.
Right. And so it is, I feel like they also accept sex as a natural part of life. They're like, oh, this is just part of the cycle,
Mm-hmm.
Which I also think means they don't place a whole lot of extra weight on it. You know, they're not out trying to find it, and they're not worried about getting enough of it. A, they've already done that, and B, it's no longer a driving priority in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why they can get so much done in a day. When not thinking about sex, not finding sex, is it when thinking about it and finding it dominate your day, it's really hard to get anything done at all. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Not that, you know, I don't think that sex is immoral or bad or unethical, you know, and if that's what you're into, that's cool. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Most of my life has been spent thinking about it and trying to think of ways to get it and being like, but I'm not interested in that. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I really want to do all these other things, but my brain just... Not helpful. It's not helpful. Let me tell you, it is. Makes it really hard to be productive.
The people who embrace this say that it allows the new couples to spend quality time with, you know, their new family, but it is awkward when your mom pulls you aside and says, "These were your grandmother's furry handcuffs."
Yet not.
I like that you can have adjoining rooms and your mother-in-law can peek her head through the door and just say, "If you have any questions, I'm right here." He likes his head scratched gently before he goes to sleep. I've been doing it for years.
Bill, how did Olivia do in our quiz?
Off to a good start. 3 in a row. That's a win.
Congratulations.
So no.
Thank you, guys.
Right now, panel, it is, of course, time for you to answer some questions about this week's news. Hari,
yes.
A cathedral in Wales has been sanctioned by the higher-ups in the church hierarchy after priests there created a what based on the final words spoken by Jesus?
They created a diorama. People love a good diorama.
They really
Peter.
do. They really do. All right, so I'll give you a hint. For example, when Jesus weeps, you drink.
A drinking game?
They made a drinking game out of the last words of Jesus.
What?
Thanks to the Anglican Church in Wales, services at Bangor Cathedral will no longer be dangerously interesting. The priests there instead were admonished for their 7 last shots of Christ drinking game. I'm not making that up.
Why 7?
Well, this is how it works. You get out the sacramental wine, and they were really into this, and you take 1 shot for each of Christ's last words, which were, for those who don't remember, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not how to party."
I mean, it's better if you want to drum up attendance. It's better to do it with drinking than like lots of fishes, right?
Right.
Come to church this week and you'll get unlimited fish.
You're right. Exactly.
I have a question about the game.
You may, yes.
Does 7 shots seem like too much to you guys?
Well,
it's 7 shots of wine.
It's wine. It wasn't like the
No
sacramental
more whining
Jack
at the
Daniels.
church.
Okay, then.
Nice.
All right, I'll do it.
They took an entire large wine glass.
Coming up.
What was that?
So they took a large wine glass and they just divided it into individual shots to make it a game.
Right. Something like that.
Coming up, it's a balmy Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to play. We'll be back in a minute with more of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR.
You know why I don't want to live in Iran or Gaza? The balmy afternoons.
No.
I guess that's just saying that Ireland is one of the few countries not affected by global warming. It's gotten less balmy.
Oh, well, that's arguably worse.
Yeah, it is. Oh, goodness. Those were awful. Yeah, those were some bad jokes.
Careful who you tell them to, you might get an explosive reaction.
Yeah, really.
I'm not awake enough for them.
You never are.
No. No.
You know, and I'd like to remind you, you're the one who chose this time of day for this, for Sunday's episode.
This has nothing to do with the time of day.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's
All
just
right.
her way of saying, "I me."
Oh, okay. Sort of the I'm too old for this crap.
Yep.
This message comes from Amazon. Have you ever been so sick to your door? You
Grammy for free.
Text and nationwide covers. BrendaBombas.com.
PR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis. We are playing this week with Hari Kondabolu, Faith Seeley, and Emmy Blotnick. And here again is your host at the Des Moines Civic Center in Iowa, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Right now, thank you, everybody. Right now, it is time for the Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to play our game on the air, or check out the pinned post on our Instagram page at WaitWaitNPR. Hello, you are on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, my name is Rayanne Rowland. I'm calling from Regalsville, Pennsylvania.
Hey there,
Hi, Rayanne.
What do you do there in Regalsville?
I work in fundraising and communications for the Arc of Warren County. It's a nonprofit organization that provides a wide range of services and supports for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
That is wonderful.
Wow. That is an NPR listener job.
Rewarding work, and I'm so proud and pleased that you're out there doing that. So thank you so much for calling. You are going to play our game in which you must try to tell truth from fiction. Bill, what's Rayanne's topic?
Make summer summer.
Summer
That's
is
my middle name.
Summer is easily one of the top 4 seasons of the year. And this week we heard about how somebody is making it even better this time around. Our panelists are going to tell you about it. Pick the one who's telling the truth. You'll win our prize, the voice of your choice, and your voicemail. You ready to play?
I'm ready.
All right, first let's hear from Faith Seeley.
Summer can be schwitzy for anyone, but it's especially rough, even embarrassing, for those who sweat a lot. I'm afraid to meet a guy at a bar if it doesn't blast the AC, confesses Nicole Watson, who suffers from hyperhidrosis, excessive and uncontrollable sweating. At weddings, I have to dance by myself in the corner, or else I end up splashing people. Like that water bucket scene from Flashdance, except not sexy, but gross. Well, it's not gross anymore for those participating in a new trend of sweaty meetups called Drip. At Drip, it's a celebration of perspiration. Wear your most sweat-stained clothes, prizes for the darkest amber pit stains, a ritual burning of antiperspirants. Guys and gals wear polyester shirts so they become sexy see-throughs once soaked. Every Drip event ends with a competition to see who can wring the most liquid out of a shirt after a night of dancing.
Good morning,
the only
Jessica
two
Crystal.
rules
Great
are
to see you.
no cheating. Some folks were caught in the bathroom doing jumping jacks. And you do have to sign a waiver. There have been some injuries from the sweat-powered slip and slide.
Drip. A series of gatherings for people to celebrate how much they sweat.
No.
Rather than shame them. Your next summer doldrum de-doldrumized comes from Hari Kondabolu.
George Pipgrass has always hated summer. You see, the Pipgrass family has been in the puffer coat business for decades, and growing up, summer was season non grata. We didn't call it summer, explained George. We called it the devil's season. Because no one buys coats then. That is, until now. While George was tinkering away in his coat lair/basement, he started an experiment. What happens when you freeze a down coat? Well, it gets super cold like an ice pack. The light bulb went off for his brand new product, the Pipgrass Cool Down Down Coat. The Pipgrass Cool Down Down Coat has 16 sealed compartments with genuine goose down soaking in propylene glycol, the same blue gunk used in ice packs. Just freeze it overnight in your industrial freezer and you've got the solution for a hot summer day. Quickly, customers from hot spots like Arizona and Florida started ordering the coats. Pipgrass was thrilled until he realized the coat had a flaw. It melts. According to one customer, I put it on to walk around my neighborhood and was soaking wet within 20 minutes. With another calling the product a 50-pound water prison.
A new summer parka. That's just basically a wearable giant cold pack. Your last solution for the sunny season comes from Emmy Blotnick.
Tired of getting sunburnt this summer? Now there's a phone case that can remind you when you're burning in the sun. This new invention, called the Skin Case, is designed to look and feel just like human skin. It reacts to UV light by burning just like human skin. It even comes in 3 colors, just like human skin. The sight of your burning flesh-covered cell phone is supposed to serve as a reminder that you, too, are outdoors and need protection for your burning flesh. The researcher responsible for this invention insists that though it is creepily lifelike, the human skin is in fact synthetic, which is exactly what you would say if you accidentally made a phone case out of real human skin.
All right, so... One of these things might make your summer a little more bearable. Is it from
Skinny
Faith
jeans?
Saley, Drip,
yuck.
a gathering for people to celebrate their sweatiness rather than be ashamed by it? From Hari Kondabolu, a coat that is basically just a wearable ice pack to keep you cool. Or from Emmy Blotnick, a phone case with artificial skin that lets you know that you might be burning in the sun because it is.
All right. Yeah, exactly. B, because it's the least questionable. It's the least ew. Also,
the one I'm least likely to have nightmares over.
Right.
I want to go with C, but I will go with A.
You think it's A?
I'm not sure which one it is, but I'm going with A.
Okay. 2 B's and an A.
With no confidence.
To be the Skin Case.
What were you saying, Kat?
I said if it's C, I'm going to be very upset.
I Necronoma can't. I Necronoma can't even.
Yes, respectfully.
But I'm gonna go
on books and not phones.
Right.
I'm gonna go with the drippers.
So your choice is Faith's story. Well, to bring you the correct answer, listen to this.
Why does it feel like skin? Well, this phone case, when it's exposed to the sun...
That was Mark Tessier.
No. Just no. Why? No.
Honestly, that's the one I thought it was going to be, but I didn't want it to be. That's why I went with A.
I didn't want it to be that one either. But cursed. Truly cursed.
Yeah.
Creator of the skin phone. I'm so sorry, Rayanne. You should have followed your heart. Yes, in fact, it was Emmy who, horrifyingly, was telling the truth. So you didn't win, but you did earn a point for Faith for her. I genuinely think, speaking as a sweaty guy myself, a wonderful idea that we should implement. So I commend you for taking that one. Thank you so much.
Were you saying something?
No, just moaning in horror, that's all.
Okay.
Taking that one. Thank you so much for playing.
It's really rad, Rayanne.
Take care.
Thank you. Goodbye.
And now the game where we ask experts about something they know nothing about. That's why we call it Not My Job. A few years ago, Iowa women's basketball exploded in popularity nationwide, which is fitting because women's basketball was practically invented here in Iowa. True. Coach Jan Jensen herself grew up here, played basketball at Drake and Des Moines before moving to the University of Iowa, where she has coached, among others, one Caitlin Clark. She is now the head coach of the Hawkeyes. We are delighted she joins us here. Coach Jensen, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you so much.
Among the many things I learned this week, Coach Jensen, is that Iowa is in fact more or less the birthplace of women's basketball. Is that not right?
It really is.
Yeah.
In fact, my grandmother was the MVP of the 1921 state tournament.
Wow.
Your grandmother?
Absolutely. Yeah, my grandmother.
And didn't your grandmother had a great nickname?
She
right?
did. She was named Lottie because she scored a lot of points.
So an enlightened state, not a very creative one, but that's okay.
You got to take.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I have these images in my head of what the 20s were like, especially for women. Did they have to play in bustles? I mean,
they played in bloomers. And they had like a sash.
Right.
I actually have her uniform.
No, really?
I do. Yes, and I have the ball of which they played with.
No.
And it's they weren't dribbling back then. It almost looked like a football.
Right.
So I didn't really start talking to her about her history until I was getting recruited. And she never shared it until I pried it out of her.
Wait a minute, because I happen to know you were one of the greatest high school basketball players in the nation, right?
Well,
and I read that you had like a national record for points scored or something like that. And your grandmother never mentioned during all those years, basketball. You know, funny thing, I forgot to mention, 1921 national state champion.
No.
Slipped my mind being older. No.
She did not. She mentioned it casually, but she didn't wasn't until I truly, really pried the stories out of her. I knew she played. I saw her Hall of Fame trophy.
Of course.
And it was at her home. And my mother used to tell a story that when I was really little, I looked up at that trophy. I said, Mom, I'm going to get a trophy like that someday.
Right.
And my mom said, I bet you will. And I did.
I bet you did.
When we were talking, they did a news special, the Iowa Girls Athletic Union, and it was on Iowa Public Television, which is awesome. So great. And they also did a 6-on-6 special, right? So they were talking about the things. But the cool thing, my grandmother, she critiqued it. She said that it was much too physical and we showed way too much skin.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. She thought it was very risque.
Really? So your grandmother was like, in my day, we played in bloomers and we liked it. We showed no ankle as
That's right.
Let's talk about your coaching career. You spent 23 years as an assistant coach at Iowa before becoming head coach last year. And during that time, you coached the global phenomenon, Caitlin Clark. So what was that like?
You know, it was, I don't think we'll fully unpack it until, well, certainly I won't till I slow down, right? Because someone asked me, what was it like to coach Caitlin Clark? And I said, everything you think it was. in a matter of a minute because she's passionate. She's, fun. She's feisty. She shoots it from the parking lot. She makes a dazzling pass. She challenges you. She's a jokester. And then as you're going through it, building a team, to me, that's the most beautiful thing.
Right.
And you know this on your show. You're the leading scorer.
Oh, I am
right?
definitely the Caitlin Clark of this organization. I'm so glad.
Yes,
Believe that if you want.
You to the parking lot.
I'm so glad that somebody has finally noticed my central role.
I'm now your favorite
You
guest
really are.
you've ever had.
I think,
Thank
let's
you.
talk more about that. No, anyway, so go on, please.
Well, just the building the team and the culture. And I think that's why a lot of people have enjoyed watching Iowa women's basketball. Way back when we were at Drake, our staff was together at Drake, is what we believe is just really playing with joy, playing hard. And I believe the best thing in life is you can get a team. I'd like to think if you can get a society to be celebrators of each other. That's the hardest thing,
So one of your jobs is to motivate a player who's struggling. That's part of the deal. So let's say as you have identified, the Caitlin Clark of this show. Let's say I'm not doing well. Let's say I'm just not playing to my astonishing potential.
Right.
How would you say to me, like, what would be your learned coach attempt?
Well, for you
approach?
particularly, I'd
For me
probably say,
particularly.
get your head out of your ass. For you.
Really?
But now, these lovely people over here, I would say, you know what, you got it. You can do it. I believe in you. You get over here.
Wow.
Well, Coach Jensen, we are delighted to have you.
Well, I'm delighted to be here.
Speaking of games.
So, I feel like that's the advice she'd give me too. Get your head out your butt.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Just saying. Wow.
Speaking of games, we have invited you here to play a game that this time we're calling
Let's Go Courtin'.
You spend all your time in the basketball court, so we thought we'd ask you about the other kind of courting, finding a spouse. So we're going to ask you 3 questions about courting rituals from around the world. Get 2 right, you'll win a prize for one of our listeners. Bill, who is Coach Jensen playing for?
Matthew Kodis of Des Moines, Iowa.
All right, ready to go? Here's your first question. In the Puritan communities in New England, back in the 1600s, courting couples would have to sit apart in a small room with a family member there to chaperone at all times.
Yes.
So for privacy, these couples used what? A 6-foot-long speaking tube, which one person held to their ear while the other person talked into the other side. B, an elaborate code using only eye blinks and squinting. Or C, wooing leaves, which was a medicinal herb you would put in grandma's tea so she'd fall asleep and you could talk freely.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Okay. Wooing leaves sounds the most real. I don't know. What are you guys going for?
I think I agree with her. The speaking tube, A.
Yeah.
You two are going for A?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going C.
I'm feeling maybe, are you feeling maybe 1? I'm feeling 1.
Yeah, it was the speaking tube.
Yes!
Yes.
Well, dang.
Grandma.
1 for 1.
Grandma would sit there. I'm beginning to get a sense of your style on the courtside. Yeah, they sit there and they'd hold the tube and they'd speak.
Little help for my buddies.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That was very good. Here's your second question. Pumpkins had a traditional role in courtship in medieval Ukraine. Okay. What was it? A, what was called love bowling. Women would roll a pumpkin down the largest hill in town, and the first man it knocked over would be her betrothed. B, If a woman turned down a marriage proposal, she would give their suitor a pumpkin as a kind of consolation prize. But everyone who saw him walking home with it would know he just got rejected. Or C, suitors wore pumpkins over their heads to the town dance to ensure that matches were not just about physical appearance.
Oh, golly.
Sort of
B?
a medieval Ukrainian version of
What
love
was
is
that
B.
again?
B.
You're yelling B.
I like that.
That's correct. How did you know? That's right.
On my back, all of you.
The consolation pumpkin or the pumpkin of shame, this is true, men would only propose at night so they wouldn't be seen carrying the pumpkin home. Here's your last question. In 19th century rural Austria, available women presented men who they liked with a challenge to prove their worth. What was it? A, she would feed a ring to a particular sheep, and the man would have to first guess the sheep and then get the ring back. B, after a town dance, the woman would offer the man she fancied an apple slice that she had held in her armpit during the whole dance to see if he would eat it. Or C, she would write a particular tongue-twister love poem which the man was expected to recite after drinking 4 beers in 1 hour.
I want it to be C so bad.
I think it's B, apple.
And it is B.
Yes! 3 for 3. Yes.
Wow.
Oh, I've been stressing about this the whole day. I like to win. 3 for 3. Let's go.
Bill, how did Coach Jensen do in our quiz?
What else? A perfect score.
Thank you.
Jan Jensen is the head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball team. Coach Jan Jensen, thank you so much for being on Wait, Don't Tell Me. Give it up for Coach Jensen. In just a minute, find out why your broccoli is out to get you in our Safe. TrueSecurePlaySafe.com.
Stress can be difficult to manage. Just online there.
Forming kind of flexible, financial.
Wait, don't tell me. The NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis. We are playing this week with Faith Seeley, Emmy Blotnick, and Hari Kondabolu. And here again is your host at the Des Moines Civic Center in Iowa, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill.
Pre-rolls brought to you by the Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, Virginia, 105 West Main Street on the downtown mall, above the Brick, Suite 200, between the Green Cauldron and Hamilton's. A great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds. A bud, and the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. Also, they have the lowest prices in town, according to my own highly biased research, by which I mean I was incredibly high when I did my biased research. Don't forget to check the website for times and events. The website is thehiddenleafcville.com. That's thehiddenleafcville.com. And the events such as Frosty Fridays, where you can find our other sponsors, Kush Gang, purveyor of fine edibles and drinkables, and Firehouse Craft Farm.
Just a minute. Once again, our Do Nothing staff has failed to finish writing the limericks. If you think you can come up with the last word, give us a call at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Right now, panel, some more questions for you from the week's news. Faith, this week a judge in Canada awarded damages to a couple who said that a local furniture store had caused them intense distress by not warning them that their new couch would require constant what?
Sitting on?
No.
Surveillance?
Reupholstering?
No.
Can I have a hint?
Sure. You got to take it home and start smacking those pillows immediately.
Fluffing.
Dusting.
Yeah, fluffing.
Fluffing? You're going with dusting?
I'm saying dusting. She's saying fluffing.
I could see it being dusting with that clue, but I'm going to stick with fluffing.
Fluffing.
Fluffing, yes. Constant fluffing. They were not warned On the one hand, it's hard to imagine suing over this. On the other hand, it was a huge day for the lawyer who would put up the 1-800-FLUFF law.
Somebody call J.D. Vance.
Exactly. Whoa. He'd volunteer.
He'll fluff that couch for you.
Did you guys forget he was into that?
Oh, so that the audience can hear. What did you say?
You said... She said the thing about J.D. Vance, and I said because the couch needed a fluffer.
Right? If it's going to perform, it needs to be fluffed.
The couple said that no one at their furniture store warned them that their couch would require what the manufacturer describes as, quote, frequent fluffing and rotating. How frequent was the fluffing required?
This sounds like adult filmmaking.
I know. And, I mean, how frequent do you have to fluff the couch? Was it like, oh, excuse me, could we get the check? I have to be home by 9 to fluff the couch or it explodes.
My couch is out of Viagra again.
The judge sided with the couple because the furniture store admitted that this couple had come in specifically asking for something, quote, solid and not floppy.
Oh!
The judge did reduce the damages the store had to pay a bit for the pain and suffering of having to hear the phrase solid and not floppy.
Go to rockhardcouches.com. Enter the promo code JD Vance.
Moving on.
Frightening.
Hari, according to a trend on TikTok, the hot new place that women are looking for men is where?
Men's bathrooms.
No.
Upholstery stores.
One place to bag a husband wearing a tool belt.
Oh, a hardware store.
Well, specifically, the biggest one.
Do you think I go to hardware store?
Home Depot.
Yeah.
Home Depot, because I think they're a little bigger than Lowe's. Is that what you said? Kat?
Yes, people at Home Depot.
Okay. I'm only asking these things because I'm curious. I'm not asking because I'm keeping score.
No, that's fine.
I live in Brooklyn, New York. I listen to NPR. I'm hiring somebody. I'm getting somebody to fix whatever it is has to be fixed.
I'll give it to you, specifically the Home Depot.
Home Depot.
Yes, women are saying, if you want to find a man, go to Home Depot. That's where the real men are. There's a problem, though, with this theory. In the entire history of the world, going back to the creation of the universe, nobody has ever found anybody to answer a question they have at the Home Depot.
Just saying.
God, I gotta learn about tools to find a partner? This sucks.
No, you could just wander into Hobby Lobby and find yourself a nice trad wife.
Yeah. Emmy, you probably heard about the trend of oversized fashion.
Emmy.
That's when the clothing manufacturers keep the size label the same, but they're actually making the clothing bigger.
Why would you think I'm familiar with this? For a particular reason?
Well,
okay, Peter.
Perhaps you were one of those women who, because of this trend, clothes becoming bigger, are having to shop for their own clothes where?
Is
in
it,
the kids section.
Like in the children's section?
It is in the children's section, yes. This is great news for petite women who love the movie Frozen. No one's checking IDs over in the kids department. The clothes fit, but according to one shopper, there is, quote, so much glitter.
So much glitter.
There were definitely a lot of items from the Wicked promotional tour that were not made in adult sizes.
It's absolutely true. And it is a little less charming to wear a shirt bragging about how good a daughter you are when you're 43. One woman in kids' clothing mentioned that she likes going to parties knowing nobody would be wearing the same outfit. And then tragically, she was invited to an 8-year-old's birthday party.
Oh!
Coming up, it's Lightning Fill in the Blank, but first it's the game where you have to listen for the rhyme. If you'd like to play on air, call or leave a message at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888.
Peanut Gallery says, Hobby Lobby versus Home Depot. It's all about the size of the tool. Or for Charlottesville, Lowe's versus Michael's. Wow. That says a lot about Charlottesville, doesn't it? That
Home Depot.
Huh? No
We
Home
are getting
Depot.
a Home Depot.
We are?
Yes.
It should be open end of the month.
Where?
Sears. They tore down half the mall and built a Home Depot.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Belk is still there, but they tore down. Tore down from Sears all the way up to almost the middle.
Okay, you think they're gonna realize that that is not a good location?
For Home Depot, it's going to be it will be a good location.
Nah. I mean, okay, so it's a few lights up from Lowe's, right? But, like, it is so hard to get into and move around the fascist scare parking lot. Like,
no, because you've got the overpass there that's going to funnel them right into the Home Depot parking lot now. And they don't really care because they bought the whole property.
Fair enough, but I still think that is. I don't think that overpass is going to funnel people in like they think it is. I think it's going to funnel people past.
Mm-mm.
I think that. Yeah.
Well, the other thing is that you have got.
I think if they wanted a good location, they would have done something in Barracks Road.
No, because there's no room in Barracks Road to build like that.
Fair enough, but talking people into going up 29 for anything, even with all of the... Nah. Like... I don't think it's gonna... I don't think the location is as good as they think it is. I really don't.
And you have to go past where the Home Depot is to get to Lowe's. So if they're gonna go up far, go to the left.
Or you can travel just as long on 64 and go to Zion's and go to the good Lowe's.
But the thing is they don't want Lowe's. And they don't want to go over the mountain to go to the Home Depot out that way.
Only people who don't want Lowe's are people who have only been to the Charlottesville Lowe's.
Right.
No, I really have to stand on disagreeing with you here about Home Depot. Although it makes sense that Home Depot would put itself in the fascist scare parking lot.
Yeah.
Well, just because they're both orange doesn't mean you have to call them Home Depot.
I really think they aren't. I just hit. I got that. Nice. I also don't think that most of Charlottesville, anyone who doesn't travel is going to Martin's downtown. They're not messing with going up 29. Anybody who does travel is probably already going to Zion's Crossroads. Both the Lowe's and the Walmart in Charlottesville are pretty janky. So, but the Lowe's and the Walmart out at Zion's Crossroads are much better.
They are.
I think I don't know people
the other thing
who
you need to keep in mind is delivery costs.
Maybe. I mean, again, people who are doing deliveries from, I mean, does Home Depot deliver materials for cheaper than Lowe's? But also, the people getting materials delivered to do construction around Charlottesville are not going through Lowe's or Home Depot. They're going through the manufacturers.
Well, that's the thing, is they don't offer just construction materials. And I know that both of them offer things that they will deliver for the typical homeowner, like mulch. And so your typical homeowner is more likely to be like, yeah, I want to save $20 on having this delivered from this store versus the other store.
I argue that most of the homeowners who are getting things like mulch, if they're getting enough to get delivered, they're going to local companies. If they're doing it otherwise, they're probably going to Snow's Garden Center, honestly. Or, again, but, I mean, I see what you mean. I argue that for any given product, there's an alternative that Charlottesvillians are going to go for. The people who aren't your Charlottesville-style homeowners, you know, the people who would try to DIY a bit harder, a bit more America, already have a relationship built up with Lowe's.
Oh, considering over the years, I have heard a lot of unfortunate stories about Lowe's, and I'm not talking about just locally either.
Okay.
I think Home Depot has a little bit more social capital at the moment.
Okay. I haven't heard bad stories about either, so I don't know. But I'm open to
knowing homeowners from other states and being where I work.
Yeah.
I've heard multiple not happy with Lowe's stories.
You would be on that. You would have your finger on that pulse.
And I'll say honestly, having done secret shopping for Lowe's, the best one that I've ever shopped at where I didn't have to mark anything down was honestly Madison Heights.
Yeah, I'm not going to Madison Heights for Lowe's.
Oh, but I've done shops from up in Madison all the way down into Lynchburg, over to
Lynchburg, where Madison Heights is.
No, there's a separate Lynchburg store further down past Madison.
No. I'm saying the Lynchburg area is where the area of Madison Heights is. I'm saying this for the audience who may not understand the difference between Madison and Madison Heights.
Yeah.
Or think that Madison Heights might be part of Madison, which it is very much not.
True.
It is part of Lynchburg.
And then over to Farmville and up. I've even shopped the one up at Zion, and I've done the one up in Stanton and the one in Harrisonburg.
Nice. I personally like the one in Zion's. I've built a relationship with them. I do not like the Lowe's in Charlottesville. I've always felt willing to try to go somewhere else. I get that there's a lot of anti-Lowe's sentiment in town. And I guess in general, I don't think that will necessarily translate to business for Home Depot. I think people will continue to use local alternatives, such as Martin's Hardware and Snow's Garden Center. I'm not saying that I necessarily support either of these stores, especially Snow's, because they have a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
But local business, still, I'd rather support a local business than not. Now, granted, I don't. I work with Lowe's because A, their prices are generally better. B, they have everything that I need to get all at once. And they've got plenty of it. It's easy to find. It's easy to, I'm not wild about the fact that I work with Lowe's like I do, but I do.
Yeah.
Your comment about the Cybertruck. So you'd rather work with local crazy as opposed to corporate crazy?
Kinda.
Yeah. Because at least the money stays local. Or at least a good portion of the money stays local. Investing in local businesses supports local economies. The more you pump into your local economy, the better your local economy does. Whereas with Lowe's, I'm guessing a good portion of the money that I put in goes corporate. Goes to wherever their headquarters is. And then goes to shareholders. And honestly, probably doesn't leave their pockets at all. Thusly stymieing the economy, slowing it down. If you want your economy to be robust and healthy, shop local.
I'm gonna let Choo Choo keep talking. I need to walk away for a minute. I'll be right back.
I was about done. I was about to hit play.
Sorry.
So how about them sports balls teams?
Sports ball.
They be sportsing hard with them sports balls, eh?
Balling hard with them sports?
That too. It is baseball season, I believe. I follow baseball for the same reason I follow NASCAR. The left turns, and I keep waiting for something to explode.
Mm-hmm. The only reason why I follow NASCAR is because they got some nice cars.
Cute.
Look, I didn't have much to work with there. Sorry.
No, you didn't. I didn't leave you a whole lot on that one.
Are you saying I struck out with it?
Yes. Achoo! Pardon me, Jiminy Christmas. Thank you.
These jokes are so bad you're allergic to them.
Uh-huh. And now I can hear Baby Z on the other side of the curtain imitating my sneeze.
I think I can hear him too.
Aw, so cute. Ahoo! I'd prefer him be imitating my sneeze than imitating my cough.
Yeah.
If he keeps imitating my cough, that's going to be a rough one to explain in kindergarten. Is Cat making tea?
I think so.
Ah.
I think if he imitates your cough, he can just say you gave him too much coffee.
Because that's a good thing to give a kid in kindergarten.
Yes. True. But I'll understand the joke. As bad as it may be, they will understand the joke.
Gosh, I hope. I've discovered that joking around with childcare professionals is something very delicate. Like they will panic quickly and take that kid away from you.
Depends on what the joke is, but yes.
Yeah. All right, you're back. Ready to go?
I'm back now.
All right, let's go.
888-924-8924. You can see us most weeks back at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, or come see us on the road. We'll be at Tanglewood in Western Massachusetts on August 28th. Tickets and information are at nprpresents.org. You can check out our TikTok as well if you're thinking, whoa, how can that not be totally cringe? Please keep in mind, I have nothing to do with it. Find us there at WaitNPR. Hi,
hey,
wait,
Chris.
don't tell me.
Hi, Peter. This is Molly from St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, hey, nice to hear from you, Molly. We're going to be in St. Louis in the fall. I'm looking forward to coming back. What do you do there?
Well, when I'm not chasing my toddler around the zoo, I manage a dental practice.
Right. That's nice. How did you convince the zoo to keep your toddler?
Oh, he's very good.
He's very good? He's a good toddler?
He's a great toddler.
Yeah. Is he polite? Does he do what you ask him to do?
Well, he's a toddler.
Oh, okay. We'll just leave it there. All right, well, welcome to the show, Molly. Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 news-related limericks with a last word or phrase missing from each. If you can fill in that last word or phrase correctly into the limericks, you'll be a big winner. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right, here is your first limerick.
When service returns become spotty, some Wimbledon players act naughty, cross their legs, cry, "Oh no," and then I've got to go.
Oh, potty.
And then waste extra time in the
potty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Players at Wimbledon are not allowed to delay the game, but there is an exception. They are allowed to take bathroom breaks. So instead of a timeout, just tell the official you need a little wee, or If it's really important, say, hey, this game is headed for a different kind of deuce. Now, the reason this is important is because many players in elite tennis have been accused by their opponents of using strategically timed bathroom breaks to throw them off their rhythm or just change the momentum of the match, right? So if the umpire objects, because this is the 5th bathroom break they've asked for, they can say, all right, fine, I'll risk it, but remember, I am wearing all white. All right, here is your next limerick.
My enamel's a thin, worn-out sheath. No more broccoli.
Teeth.
Bring on the beef. Greens might keep me fit, but they have too much grit. All those veggies are harming my
teeth.
Teeth.
Yes, teeth. After years of research and hundreds of studies, scientists finally found the proof that eating vegetables is bad for you. Yes! Fresh vegetables can degrade your teeth, according to a study just published in the Journal of Things Kids Want to Be True. But a real study found that microscopic bits of silica from the earth found in plants can cause mineral loss in your tooth enamel. And also, to quote one of the 6-year-old scientists behind the study, vegetables are too squishy.
They've never eaten meat the way I eat.
That's a good question.
Just chew on those microplastics.
Yeah. All right, here is your last limerick.
Jeffrey D. almost seems plain vanilla. Baby Zodiac's more of a thriller. Shows with true crime made the creep quotient climb. My kid's named like a serial
killer.
Yeah, according to the Mirror tabloid, there's been a rise
serial
in British families
killer.
naming
You know,
their
like
babies
Fruit
after
Loops.
criminals and killers from true crime documentaries.
Oh, jeez.
What?
No, the theory is people are like, oh, Rose. You know, Rose is a lovely name. Oh, where did I hear it? Oh, yeah, that Netflix show about the woman who murdered all those people. I happen to have
I'd like you to meet my daughter, Lucretia.
Ted. And yes, he's named after Ted Bundy, but Bundy was he had a lot of other qualities.
I always assumed it was Kaczynski, but I know you're more of a murder family.
Yeah, sure. Bill, how did Molly do in our quiz?
We have a smart bunch of people. That's perfect.
Well done, Molly.
3 in a row.
Thank you.
This message comes from the Capital One Venture X card. If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. See Capital
LA University. Learn your card today on
Hari and Emmy each have 2.
Okay. Now on to the final game, Lightning Fill in the Blank. Each of our players will have 60 seconds in which to answer as many fill in the blank questions as they can. Each correct answer now worth 2 points. Bill, can you give us the scores?
Faith has 3. Hari and Emmy each have 2.
Okay. That means Hari and Emmy are tied for second, and I'm going to arbitrarily choose Emmy to go first. So here we go. The clock will start when I begin your first question. Fill in the blank. On Thursday, emergency workers said they were still looking for over 160 missing people following the flooding in blank.
Texas.
Right. According to new data from the CDC, U.S. blank cases have hit a 33-year high.
Measles.
Right. This week, Russia launched its largest aerial assault on blank.
Ukraine.
Right. After being freed from ICE detention, Mahmoud Khalil filed a $20 million lawsuit against blank.
The Trump administration?
For at least the second time, police in Wisconsin doing a routine traffic stop found a bag full of drugs labeled blank.
Drugs.
Cheese curds.
No, it was labeled. The bag full of drugs was labeled, quote, definitely not a bag full of drugs. On Thursday, video game actors agreed to a new contract ending an 11-month-long blank.
Strike.
Strike.
Right. On Wednesday, a 70-million-year-old blank was discovered under Denver's Museum of Nature and Science.
Fossil?
Yeah, dinosaur fossil. This week, a man in Switzerland who got trapped while hiking on a glacier credits blank with saving his life.
A DJ?
I'm just pausing to think how that would work.
Disney movie Happy Feet.
Don't think about how it would work.
Just say, no. He credits his chihuahua with saving his life.
Okay, chihuahua.
A man went hiking on a glacier with his little chihuahua.
Dang it, I
I'm
didn't
just
mean to
pausing
hit
to
that
think
button.
how that would work.
What were you saying?
I should have known that one because I just saw that article about 30 minutes ago. Or about 2 hours ago. Earlier today.
I'd say browsing news before the show is cheating, but there is no cheating, so.
Exactly.
Right.
No, I was browsing through clickbait, and that happened to be one of the things that showed up.
His chihuahua. Let's listen on and find out.
To think how that would work.
Don't think about how it would work.
Just say, no. He credits his chihuahua with saving his life. A man went hiking on a glacier with his little chihuahua and fell into a steep crevasse where he got trapped. And when rescuers came searching for him, they say they never would have found him except for the tiny little brown thing yapping at the crevasse's edge. When asked why he took a chihuahua hiking on a glacier, the man said they were out of air horns and emergency whistles, so he bought the next best thing. Bill, how did Emmy do in our quiz?
6 right, 12 more points, total of 14. Good for the lead.
Very well done. All right.
Oh, more annoying than the other two options.
What?
That's far more annoying than the other two options.
It is. It is.
Hari, you are up next. Please fill in the blank. On Wednesday, it was revealed that the FBI was investigating former Director Blank for potentially making false statements to Congress.
Comey.
Right. This week, an imposter used
Should've been on
AI
that.
to contact foreign officials posing as Secretary of State Blank.
Marco Rubio.
Right. This week, President Trump threatened Brazil with a 50% blank if they did not
Tariff.
end their prosecution of Jair Bolsonaro.
Tariff.
Right. According to the Labor Department, the blank rate for black Americans rose to its highest level in 3 years.
Unemployment.
Right. To make the visitor experience more pleasant, London's Heathrow Airport said they would begin piping in the sounds of blank at their airport.
Airports. Planes. Specifically Brian Eno inspired.
Quote, the sounds of an airport. On Wednesday, a judge blocked a Biden-era law which would make it easier to cancel online blanks.
Subscriptions.
Right. On Tuesday, doctors warned that the trend of taping your blank shut while you sleep poses major health risks.
Mouth.
Right. This week, a man in the UK was arrested when police caught him selling drugs at blank.
A club that
Preschool.
said
At
definitely
his
not
sentencing
drugs.
hearing for selling drugs. According to police, the man was caught selling pills and weed to another defendant while they both awaited their sentencing hearings. After being caught doing that, the man pleaded guilty to those charges because what are you going to do? Sentence me twice? Oh, you are? Bill, how did Hari do in our quiz?
Well, he has a total of 14, which means he's tied with Emmy.
Well done.
Hey there.
All right. How many, then, does Faith need to win the game?
6 to win.
All right, Faith, this is for the game. Here we go. On Thursday, a judge once again blocked President Trump's attempts to end blank.
Birthright
Birthright
citizenship.
Right. On Thursday, famous baby hippo blank celebrated its first birthday.
Oh, me dang?
Close enough, Moodang. This
Moodang,
week, several
yeah.
families in North Carolina complained when they learned a classic car show would be held at blank.
A school gymnasium.
At the local cemetery on Thursday. Italian chocolate company Ferrero bought breakfast cereal giant blank for $3.1 billion.
General Mills?
Yes. On Wednesday, Netflix announced that the 10th season of its reboot of Makeover Show Blank would be the last.
Queer Eye.
Right. This week, researchers discovered a new trend among chimpanzees in Zambia. They're all starting to blank.
Oh, they wear pieces of grass in their ears.
They do, in their ears and also between their butt cheeks. Researchers are calling it butt grass, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It doesn't have anything to do with health or hygiene. Chimps just start putting grass in their butts for fun. Wow, chimpanzees really are just like us, aren't they? Bill, did Faith do well enough to win?
Came so close. 5 right, 10 more points. Total of 13 means Hari and Emmy are the winners this week.
How will you split the prize money?
In our butt cheeks?
Good place.
Good choice. In just a minute, we're going to ask our panelists to predict, now that we can leave our shoes on, what would be the next thing we will be allowed to do at the airport. But first, let me tell you all that Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR and WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions, Doug Berman, Benevolent
We'll be allowed
Philip
to bring
Godeker
nail
is our
clippers
Limerick,
in.
Our public address announcer is Paul Friedman. Our tour manager is Shayna Donald. BJ Liederman composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills, Miles Kornboss, and Lillian King. Special thanks to Vinnie Thomas and Monica Hickey. Peter Gwynn is the winner in our straw poll. Emma Choi is our vibe curator. Technical direction is from Lorna White. Our CFO is Colin Miller. Our production manager is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Chillog. And the executive producer of Wait, Don't Tell Me is Mike Danforth. Now, panel, what will we be finally allowed to do at the airport next? Emmy Block.
Fly with explosives.
Hari Kondabolu.
Use your Costco card as a valid form of identification.
And Faith Saley.
Check your child in the overhead compartment.
Oh, yeah.
And if any of that happens, panel, we'll ask you about it on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you, Bill Curtis. Thanks also to Emmy Blotnick, Hari Kondabolu, and Faith Saley. Thanks to the staff and crew at the Des Moines Civic Center. Special thanks to Andrea Hansen and everyone at Iowa Public Radio. And thanks to our fabulous audience here in Des Moines. And thanks to all of you for listening wherever you might be this week. I'm Peter Sagal. We'll see you next week.
Da 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 da. Bring. This is NPR. Oh, I never transitioned into that scene. Oh well. Well, so the scores for this week are Cat and the Peanut Gallery tying at 25, and me barely coming in ahead at 27. Low scoring game this week. I feel like we all did pretty good on the first half, or on the first, on the one, the single point questions, but I feel like the second two runs on the bonus round, all three of us just sort of just fell apart there. I feel like we got that first one, nailed it, and then the second two, we were just not quite there. Although you guys hit more on that one than I did. What were you saying? Hey.
It's honestly for me on that, especially with the middle set of questions. I was hearing the question, and about the time I was saying an answer, they'd already said it. So it's like, I'm not counting that as anything because they've already said it before I could get it out.
Me too. That happened to me too. That's exactly what was going on there for me. Like, I would get to the answer. I'd finally have the answer, like, coming out of my mouth about a half a second after they were saying it. So it was just like,
Although I absolutely did not have the chimpanzee question.
No, I was not there for that either. That was, nah.
Not a clue on that one. I mean, I guess they heard your ass is grass a little too often.
Right?
Maybe.
Well, that was not at all what I meant to do. Although that is who we will be raiding out to. That was DJ BBS on the Sunday No Pants raid train, and that is where we are headed. So, well, guys, thanks for joining me. So, are you guys free this evening?
I have a game scheduled.
Oh, okay.
I cost at least a soda and a bag of Fritos. I am not free.
Fair enough.
Perhaps not free.
Well, I'm gonna wait for some point at which both of you guys are not doing anything, and because I've figured it out, we can find a way. We can do the listening and reacting to the Fire Sign Theater, The Further Adventures of Nick Danger.
Huh.
I figured out how to do it. Oh, this is okay. This is something that this is going to be so much fun. This is so, yes, audience, by the way, you guys are going to want to, when we figure out when we can do this, you guys are going to want to be party to this, because this is going to be fun. It will be available to listen to in the Discord VC as well as on Twitch. If you want to be part of the reaction, get into the VC. I'd like some people whose cameras are on so that we can see some facial reactions to this as well. My facial reactions are going to be less intense because I've grown up with this. I've listened to this easily over 100 times.
So in order for someone to be part of the reaction, they gotta go to Canada?
No. Camera on.
No. VC, Vancouver.
Oh.
I knew that. Saw where that one was going.
Right.
Except for, they could just go to Washington, because I think we have a Vancouver, Washington, too.
Where was I in this?
Sitting there in your chair in your house.
Happily unaware of what was coming at you.
Waiting to be steamrolled.
Trying to tell people what's going to go on.
Your reactions will be less than others since you were raised with this.
Yes. So I would like to see. It would be fun if at least one person in the VC could have their cameras on. But I'm not requiring it because I know a lot of us are have some social anxiety, are not on camera people like me.
I have a face made for radio.
I personally disagree, but,
I wasn't meant to be taken seriously. I just wanted to say it.
I know. I have a perfect voice for TV. Wait, what? Yeah, well. Yeah, we at some point we want to set up the timing on this reaction because it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think.
Okay.
This is some of where I got my comedy knowledge. This is some of the type of stuff that I was brought up on. Not brought up on. Yes, brought up on, but this is also that informed my idea of funny. Which means, Peanut Gallery, you're probably going to have a lot more fun with it. Although, there is a lot of drug humor involved. So, I'm not expecting every joke to last. Or land. blast. What kind of language problems are you having today, Trevor? All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Just Me Crystal. Thank you, Chris into 386. Is that anybody else in the chat? I don't think so.
No one else that's really said anything.
Right.
Well, a couple of viewers were chilling, but that's it.
Okay. Well, now is the time on the show when I say stick around for the raid. And then I say, as they say around here, 2 up, 2 down. VA, double deuces. We're out, y'all. Oops.